Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Trskss and welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing another story video. You guys always seem to like these and you guys always seem to enjoy them. So I figured why not go ahead and start up another one for you. I'll give you guys one that hopefully you'll enjoy as well. Now before I get any further into the video, before I talk about the actual story that I have for you, I was wondering if you guys could go ahead and drop a like on the video, and also if you are brand new here, then please subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And I mean, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this, but basically if you guys drop a like and a comment, then you guys will get a feature on your YouTube account that will turn your like button diamond. Yes, guys, not gold. I don't know where people thought of that. Not platinum, none of that. A diamond like button. So if you guys want to get a diamond like button, then all you guys got to do is just make sure that you're subscribed with notifications on. Make sure that you guys leave a comment and also make sure that you drop a like, and then your like button will be diamond and you guys will have that special feature to set yourselves apart from the rest of the YouTube community. But anyways, in today's video, we are going to be talking about a time that I actually thought I was going to get arrested. I was kind of young at the time, and so that's obviously why I thought that. Didn't actually get arrested, probably would not have, probably would have just been a fine if there was even any convictions made, but there weren't. And I just look at this story now and I laugh about it, so I figured why not go ahead and tell you guys it, because maybe you guys will get a good laugh, and also for some of you guys out there that want to get to know me better, well then you guys have a story here that might help you. So guys, it was one day over the summer. I think I was in like fourth grade. I was going to start up fourth grade or fifth grade, not really too sure, but it was just a nice day out in the middle of the summer. It was kind of cloudy out. It was like probably 75 or something out. I don't really know. I'm just making that number up. But it was a nice day out, and the neighbor kids were outside, and I was like, oh, we should go outside and play with them. So I went outside and I played with them, and my brother went along too. And, we were just all out there having a good old time, just playing and things like that. Well, a few weeks prior to this, we did buy one of those little motorized cars, like the ones that you sit down on. You can put the gas pedal there, or you can just not drive it at all. You can just sit down on it if you want. But we bought one of those little cars, and I thought it was super cool because obviously I was only like in fourth grade or fifth grade. I don't really remember, but I was like, oh, I can finally drive around on this little car thing. And so I was able to go ahead and drive on it, and I had a good time doing it. I enjoyed riding it around the block and things. And so I decided that since it was a brand new little toy, that we should take it out and show it to the neighbors. So we took it out and we were just driving it around. We let them drive it around a little bit. I drove it around quite a bit. And then I was like, all right, let's go ahead and drive it down the middle of the sidewalk because obviously nobody in the neighborhood's really going to care. We're just a bunch of kids all out here playing, having a good old time with this little motorized vehicle thing. Well, I didn't really know the neighbors too well at that time, or any of the people that lived in our neighborhood, to be completely honest, and we drove it down the sidewalk until we were about like 5 or 6 houses away from my house, and then I was being stupid and I ended up hitting a light. Now, it was not like an actual street light or anything. It was just one of those little lights that people put on their driveways or like on the grassy area, things like that. They light up the grass or they light up the sidewalk. They're just those tiny little lights. And I was driving the car around on the sidewalk and wasn't thinking. And so one of the wheels ended up clipping this guy's light. It was this guy that we hadn't really talked to. Nobody really knew much about him because he just was kind of an inside person. He had a nice house. All of his lawn was kept up real good, his trees and everything. And he had these little lights around it. And I thought, well, the car is going to be able to clear it. The clearance is going to be fine. And so I just drove it completely through and ended up, like I said, clipping his light. Well, needless to say, that wasn't a smart idea because this guy got really mad. I mean, when he saw that that light was clipped, it was like there was a security camera out there because this man came bolting out the door. This guy just whacked that door right open, and at this point, I was like, oh god, we hit the light. And so I got off of the car and I pushed the car backwards, then sat on it and pretended to drive it away. I was like trying to drive it away. I was like, oh, nobody's gonna know. No one's gonna know that I was the one that clipped this light. And so, of course, this man comes out, and me being a fifth grader and a bunch of other kids that were younger than me, probably in like fourth grade or third grade, however, whatever grade we were in, I don't really know. We were just kind of young. When you guys see an old man walking towards you, especially this guy, and with the look on his face that he had, you guys would probably think that you were going to be in some sort of trouble. And I'm I'm not kidding. I thought that I was going to be in some sort of trouble. And so like I said, we tried to turn around from him. We tried to just hide from him, stay away from him, and things like that. And it didn't really work out because obviously he knew that we clipped the light and he walked up to us because obviously that little car was not super fast. It wasn't going to make us speed away from him. He walked up to us and he was like, "Oh, did you clip the light? Did you smack the light over?" And I was like, "No." And then the other kids just stayed quiet because they were completely scared. He was talking only to me because I was like, "I'll just talk to this man. Hopefully he'll believe me." And then he was like, "I'm going to ask again. Did you clip the light?" And I was like, no. And I mean clip, like knock it over. Like it didn't break or anything. I didn't walk up with a clippers and actually like cut the light. It clipped like the side of the thing, clipped it, and it fell. If you guys still don't understand what clipped means, then just I guess look it up online. But he was like, all right, so then I'll have to ask again. And then every time he said this, he got more stern, more rude about it. He was like, did you hit the light? And at this point, I was like, you know what? This guy is probably just trying to get me to admit to it. So I'm just going to say no again and tell him that it was somebody else. So I said, no, we were just there and it just happened to be knocked over. I'm not really sure why that happened. I'm not really too sure who did that or what happened. It's really unfortunate, sir, that your light got broke. I mean, I didn't do it, but whoever did, that's honestly really, really terrible. And, being a fifth grader, I wasn't the best at lying, and this guy knew that I had actually hit the light, and so he decided, oh, okay, I'm gonna go call the police. And so he looked me dead in the eye, and he looked all the other kids in the eye, and he said, I'm gonna go call the police if you guys don't tell me who did it. And so obviously we were still kind of scared, and he goes one more time, he says, who did it, or I'm calling the police. So nobody admitted. We all just, again, claimed that it was somebody else, that the light was like that. And so he went inside his house, and at this point, I was absolutely mortified. I mean, I got off that little car, and I bolted down the sidewalk to my house. It was only like 5 houses, but that was probably the fastest that I had ever run in my life. I ran down the side of the street to get into my house. And once I got in there, my brother had obviously followed me as well. But I was just, a little shaken up because this guy had said it. And I walked in and I told my mom, I was like, this guy's going to call the cops. And of course, I was like crying or worried. I don't really remember the full details on it. But then she was just like, okay. And I was like, how can she just say, okay? How can she not care? Because I'm here about to go to jail because I hit this guy's light. Because obviously, I thought when you're in fifth grade that whenever the police come, the person always goes to jail. They never get a warning, they never write a ticket or anything like that. So I thought, well, I'm for sure going to jail. This is going to suck. I thought I'm never going to get out of jail, probably going to be in there for a life sentence, probably going to have to go to the court and do a whole hearing, and then they're going to say that I'm guilty for smacking this little $15 light over. Well, obviously I didn't go to jail. And my mom was like, all right, then just go upstairs and play. And I thought, well, maybe if the police come, if I'm just upstairs playing quietly, maybe they won't know that it was me. Maybe they'll think that it was somebody else out in the neighborhood. Maybe they'll think if I lie to them and say that I've been inside all day, maybe they'll just believe me, because it's a good idea to lie to them. Obviously, they're going to believe it. This kid that's in fifth grade, they're going to completely believe him. And they never showed up. And at that point, I was like, I guess that guy just lied to make me scared. Well, a few days later, I finally told my parents that I was actually the one that broke the light. And I think that we went out and got the guy a new light and gave it to him and installed it or something like that. But whatever it is, it was all fixed and kind of safe. He apologized for saying that he was going to call the police and scaring us. And I didn't go to jail, so I guess that's good. I was honestly really scared. Like I don't think you guys understand how scared I was. I was like, this is not good. How am I gonna survive? So it wasn't exactly the very best day of that summer vacation, but it was really an interesting day and it still makes me laugh from time to time. So I figured that you guys would probably like to hear this story, and judging by the title, if you guys watched all the way through, you're probably like, wow, that is really quite crazy. Nowadays I'm not really too sure if the guy still lives in the neighborhood. I know that he was like the president of the homeowners association or something, but then he didn't have that and there was like open houses on his home or anything or something like that. So I'm not sure if he still lives in the neighborhood or anything. After that, he just kind of calmed down and we didn't really talk to him that much. He just kind of left minded his own business. But yeah, I just figured I would go ahead and share this little story with you guys today. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like and subscribe down below. Like I said, hit the little bell and you guys will get all the notifications for my channel. Would really appreciate it. Check out my social medias as well. And with all that being said, I'll catch you guys later with another video. Peace out.